Hello everyone, thank you for watching Togetherness TV. This is Amir G live from Los Angeles. Stay in touch. Stay positive. Yes, the best attitude is positive attitude. Let's do it. Happy weekend. Enjoy it.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.
Hello to this evening show from Togetherness Media. I'm Dr. Fuzhan Zhang. I'm a psychotherapist and author of Life Reset and the originator of the Awareness Integration Theory. It is a joy to be with all of you. Today, I want to talk to you about the notion of love. The word love, it's one of those words that we use almost everywhere. We kind of like throw it everywhere. And it has a different intensity for each one of us. And we define it in a different way, right? We could say, I love you to someone who really is dear to us and is in our intimate relationship. Or I could say, I love the shoes and I can't live without it. So we could have this type of affection towards something that is an object or a human being or even a concept, right? So I love God. So it's a concept that we have. So what is love? When we look at dictionary, it says it's an intense feeling of affection toward an object or someone or a being. We also talk about loving ourselves. So what is the component of love? Love could be very personal. Obviously, when you love someone, there's a certain chemicals of oxytocin comes into your body. Your brain kind of wave changes, and then you feel joy. You feel connected. You feel like a one. It's as if every part of your body, every cell of your body, is getting excited about the connection that you have with someone. The other side of love is when it's personal, there's also a level of attachment to it. We want to get attached to that being or to the object. We want for them to be ours. We have a sense of ownership to it. If it's taken away, we feel pain. We feel like we're stabbed in our heart. And we really are needing for someone to show us a reciprocal relationship. So if I love you, I hope that you love me. And if you don't love me, then I'm going to be hurt. And it's going to be a lot of pain for me if you don't love me the same way that I love you. There are some love that we assign from one side, which is, for example, the love of a human being toward their God or their mentor, or if you're a fan of someone, or even a love of a mother to a child or a parent to a child, which is supposed to be a one-way, for example, of love, where I give all of me, all of my thought process, my emotions, and I assign an amazing human being out there, the best of the best. And I feel enjoyment by that experience of assigning the love to you or someone who's out there. In a concept of a parent to a child, it's as if a notion of a responsibility of someone that is of me, and I'm going to assign that type of love to them. And for all that is great, unless we create a reciprocal relationship, which most of our friendship, most of our relationship, even a parent-child relationship as the child grows up, turns into a reciprocal relationship. So it's no longer a one-way relationship. It becomes a two-way relationship. So if I offer something into this relationship, there are expectations that I have for it to come back. And when it doesn't come back, then I feel hurt. So when we're looking at the love itself. It's, we could say it's a respect. We could say the respect of being you. We could also say that it's an acceptance of being you, of the person who is. And you could even say that to yourself, acceptance of yourself as is. So when you have the highest level of respect, the highest level of acceptance for someone, and you have the level of affection and liking them, who they are, their character, and you want to give, and you want the best for them, no matter what, you want the best for them. That's how we look at love. When we look at intimate relationship, obviously we have the component of having pleasure, feeling good and joy, feeling closeness and safety. And there's a level of attachment that somebody wants to be the special one for someone. And also the intimacy and the sexuality is there. And the component of that attachment and the essence of safety and the essence of sexuality brings in the intimate and romantic relationship and love. Most of the time in this type of love is when we have this fantasy about, if I find the one is going to be with me for the rest of my life. And when there is a disruption to the rest of my life concept of it, then it becomes very painful. We feel betrayed, we feel pain. And we, if our love goes away and we no longer have that specialness, that we think, then maybe that one just wasn't the one. And it might be another one out there that when I find, it's for a lifetime concept. Well, I think that's a notion that human being created, not necessarily that it's true. But a human being really loves to be holding on to something that gives them pleasure. So of course, if I am with another human being, which I feel joy, I feel respected, I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel we're connected, and we're the one, I want that for the rest of my life. I don't want to give it up, right? So why we create that type of an attachment for a lifetime, it's obvious. Is it real? No. Is it real that if there one is there and we actually fall in love with the one, then it's happily ever after? No, that probably is a myth. That doesn't mean that you cannot find an amazing mate and promise and commit to yourself to love them every day for the rest of your life. And every day as you wake up, you can commit yourself and you can get up and do all the loving acts and feel all the love and share it with the loved one and reciprocally receive that from the other person and have a lifetime of that. Of course, that is possible, but it's not guaranteed. And it's not something that it comes in easily and lazily, let's say, but it takes effort. And it takes effort from you, where every single day you wake up in the morning and you generate that love from inside of you, generating by assigning the beauty to that person and to yourself, and working with whatever it is in order for the betterment of you and that person and moving forward. That is generating love consistently versus expecting it to be there effortlessly and as if it should. I think many people, when they've had a loving family, they also think that, oh, it came easy. I was born into this beautiful love and it should come easy. It's nice when it comes easy, but not necessarily as you grow up. So we got to become responsible about how to generate and constantly regenerate that type of emotion that is there, and also action. So regardless of what emotion is here, if it doesn't come through in your action, in your loving action, which is for the benefit of everybody out there and you're not going to regenerate love. The good thing is when you do make the effort and when you do consciously create and regenerate that love consistently, the one that is always fulfilled with it and it's enjoying it, it's you. So generate love, enjoy it, define it as you like. However, if it's going to be between you and another being, they also have to agree with you in that definition or at least come to terms in some sort of an agreement within the type of the relationship that you have, and the relationship and the parameters of a platonic relationship, a friendship, an intimate relationship, a marriage, a sibling, a friendship, a co-worker, whatever the type of a relationship is. Love can be there in its own format, and it can be something that the two of you define and move forward. There's also this love of that is non-attached, and it's not between you and I, but it's about like a love of humanity, love of animals, love of nature, love of God, love of society, and it's a bigger picture of how do you see and how do you act, how do you make decisions which works for the wellness of the bigger picture which you are part of, and that is also the kind of an unconditional love where you create an experience and of an existence, you assign greatness to it and you uphold it, you take care of it. Every action that you make is toward that. Unconditional love, it's also a myth. You could have that with no attachment to the bigger concept, but usually when it becomes about two people's relationship, most relationships hold some condition. You can love them as if you accept them, you can want the best for them, and yet choose for the relationship to no longer carry on because it just couldn't fulfill the parameters and the expectations you had. So loving someone means accepting them. So when we talk about unconditional love, maybe it's about unconditional acceptance of the other person as they are, not making them wrong, not making them bad or worst of everything out there, and not holding grudge over them because they don't give me what I want, I'm gonna hate them. No. It's more of they get to be who they are, and I could love them as who they are as a human being out there. But if they won't work with the relationship and with what I want out of this relationship, then maybe this relationship isn't going to work. Doesn't mean I can take my love away. I can give them my love. I can send it. I can act loving toward them, but not have that expectation of that form of a relationship with them. So love generously because it fulfills you with joy. And thank you for listening.
Do you have viruses or malware warnings? Have a problem with your computer and need help? 24 hours, 7 days. Computer Emergency Services. Convenience and savings at your fingertips. Download our free app and keep in touch.
Raise your vibration and re-engage with life. Find balance and reconnect with joy. Your vehicle is balancing the wheel, and we're here to support you in becoming more happier, healthier, and successful. wheelofwellbeing.com or drsadiq.com.
Welcome to Togetherness Media, your choice for inspiration and information. We start each day with motivational music and speech. Our morning program runs from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and will set the tone for the best day possible. Evolution, different psychologists talking about the link between evolution and psychology. Comedy and stand-up, we need to laugh, right? Trending and world news daily at noon. Hello Hollywood Daily Show is a celebrity and entertainment news show that spices up the afternoon with hot Hollywood news, new movies, hit music, fashion, and red carpet events. We have lots of educational programs: psychology, neuroscience, brain functions, secrets of love and play, yes, it's about sex, medical and health news, technology and computer sciences, English language coaching, new research, blogs, and more. Our Success Spotlight segment delivers to the forefront a wide array of different cutting-edge global and worldwide businesses. Our evening program will be with you as you wind down your day. We will cover a variety of hot topics, including current world events, real estate, financial and investment news, home and hearth, food, weather, games, quotes, and much more. We will illuminate some of the most transformative coaches in the industry as we bring you material designed to guide you to the expression of your highest potential. LoveWire delivers love songs, love quotes, and love stories. Share your love stories. And remember, every Friday and Saturday night, we have DJs and music. Let's dance. 24 hours, 7 days a week with your new favorite media, Togetherness Media. Visit our website and subscribe for free. Download our app on the App Store on Apple and Android. We stand strong together with Togetherness Media.
Hello everybody, Togetherness Media, Jason Farnham here with you, Jason's Musical Corner. And I am excited to tell you that I have Old Red back here. Yes, Baby Red from my friend J-Bone Guitars. He had worked on it for me and now I have it back and it is so lovely. Okay. All right, I've got some good tunes I dug out for you today. First one we're going to start with is, it's called Mystery Junction, and it's also called Running at Night, because I did it for some friends of mine down in Los Angeles for their film by Brotherhood Pictures, and it was called Hiding in the Open. And it was a scene where the main character was running down the street kind of after this car, and it's late and he's kind of intoxicated and whatever, and it's just this cool swirly kind of thing. So I hope you guys like this one. This is Running at Night. right. Hope you guys liked that one. A little bit of a kind of just flowing right along there for that one. All right. I'm going to play you one more now that is more, well, not one more, but more. This one is more upbeat, and this is my tune called On the Inside, and I played this for you a while back, and you guys wrote in and said you really like this one, so I'm going to do it for you again. So, get ready to dance. Here we go. All right. On the inside. We are definitely on the inside. Speaking of inside, are you getting outside much? I hope you're well. I hope you're outside and enjoying wherever you are some beautiful weather. Whether it's morning, evening, nighttime, the middle of the day. Hope you guys are moving around. COVID is going away, at least here where I live. I know some countries are still suffering, so we go out, we think about you here at Togetherness Media, and we wish you all well. Okay, brand new track for you, instrumental, kind of simple really, but kind of fun, little thing I came up with. See what you guys think. No title yet, and here we go. You gotta have that at the end. Okay. You can find me at jasonfarnham.com. You can also find me at the socials. Here is the link, Jason Farnham Music. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. Come say hello. Follow the page, and you will get notifications about new songs that are coming up, because I am almost done with a cover song I'm working on, but I can't tell you what it is right now because it's a little bit of a secret. But you can rest assured that I will play it here for you on Togetherness Media when it is finished, and it's gonna rock, and you're gonna love it, I think. I hope. And if you don't love it, well, there'll be other songs. All right, let's close out the show today with a tune I did a while back called The Magician's Life. And this was off of my 2006 rock album called Barriers. And this is the first opening track, which I also did for a friend of mine back where I'm from in Ohio, who did a magic show, and I did the techno music for it. And this was the opening track for the magic show as well. So kind of has an opening track for the magic show and opening track for my album. However, this is the remix version. And I played this for you a couple weeks ago, and you wrote in that you liked it, so I am going to do it again. This is another kind of a techno, dancey sort of tune, but not quite as techno as the first one on the inside. But this is Magician's Life remix. Here we go. All right, there you go. Hope you guys liked that one. It was fun playing that for you and pulling that out of my catalog for this. And yeah, makes me feel good. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you, and we will see you next time. That's it for me today. Peace out.
Do you have viruses or malware warnings? Have a problem with your computer and need help? 24 hours, 7 days. Computer Emergency Services. Convenience and savings at your fingertips. Download our free app and keep in touch.
Healthy mind requires balance, and balancing the wheel is your guide to finding more happiness, healthier lifestyle, and a successful practice in whatever you do. I'm Dr. Daniel Sadiq, author of Balancing the Wheel, and you can find it on Amazon under balancingthewheel.com/book or in the Audibles in audiobooks.com.
Hello, Hollywood.
This part right here is we're in the Valley of the Workers, and right here we're in the city of Medina. The place that we're in right now is the home to many amazing sites. Praise to Amenhotep, the first Het-Heru, also known as Hathor, Ma'at, and it's also the home to there's Christian sites on the planet too, early Coptic Christianity, which predates Catholicism by over 300 years. Wow. Glorious.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.
At Hello Hollywood, we bring you the best in entertainment, fashion, movies, hit music, gossip, and live from the red carpet reporting. Hello Hollywood is your new choice.
Hollywood news, Hollywood gossip, upcoming movies,
Top 10 Music, hot news from Hollywood. We have a special report from special events, red carpets, fashion, parties from the heart of Hollywood in Hello Hollywood.
To sponsor this show or for advertising inquiries, call 310-738-7309.
Hello,
Hello Hollywood Productions, 310-738-7309.
Love it. Welcome this evening to Togetherness Media. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to be talking about the 5 types of people and the 5 types of personalities and 5 types of characters that block you from your success, that sabotage you from your success. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your friends, call your cousins, call your uncles, call your neighbor. Tell them come watch the show Togetherness Media. We'll be right back with the amazing Coach Bonnie Sadiq. Let's go. Welcome back, and happy Thursday to y'all. We've gone past the midweek hump. We on the other side, almost to the weekend. Just another day and a half away, or something like that. But we're gonna keep the energy going. We're gonna keep the energy flowing. And guess what? We have a lady with us who's always knowing, the incomparable, the intelligent, the wise, the empathetic Coach Bonnie Sadiq. How you doing, Coach?
I love that introduction. I need that boost of energy every day in my life. Thank you for that.
Oh man, thank you for being so wonderful, and thank you for being here with us today. And I'm so excited to delve into this topic that we're about to go into. First of all, how's your day been?
They've been okay so far. Not that productive as I wanted to be. I was all over the place today, but that's okay. Some days are like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Some days are like that. That's how kind of a lot of my yesterday was. I was nonstop, but didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to, and sometimes that's the way the world works. Sometimes, but and that's actually kind of leads into what we're talking about today, sabotage, Sometimes the 5 there are like the 5 types of people that bring us sabotage in the life, the saboteurs. Yeah, and I'm really curious and excited to hear what you have to say about these things.
So we know a lot of people that keep on doing things, and they have goals, and they have a certain outcome in mind, and no matter how much they do, they don't get the result that they want. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Regardless of how much energy, how much work, how much effort they put into it, sometimes they come short of reaching their goal. They keep on getting to an obstacle, and they don't get to where they want to be.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of times that comes from the subconscious mind and the limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. In order for us to get to where we want to be, we need to have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind aligned together.
Yeah.
Now, there are 5 characteristics that either mostly subconsciously and sometimes consciously they sabotage their own success. Number one of these characters is the do-it-all, the doer. These are the people that get motivated, they take on multiple tasks and they want to do so many things, and in the beginning they're so excited and they take action, they put the effort in, and before they get the result, they get unmotivated. Something happens that because they have so many tabs open or so many tasks open, they jump from one to the other, and along the way they lose interest in this project and they jump into that project. So they're not focused on one project. They want to do it all, and they end up doing nothing or achieving nothing. Actually, they are doing a lot of things, but they're not achieving anything. So that's one characteristic.
All right. So
now,
if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to stick with this characteristic for a while, before we move on to the next ones. And one of the interesting things about that is, I know so many people have so many talents and so many skills, and I want to actually give people some solutions for when they are this type of person. And I find for this type of person, they really need to create multiple teams and partnerships and delegate. Because sometimes if you're a doer and you have all of these different things, you can't do it all by yourself. But if you have collaborations that you're working with, and have people to carry part of the loads in these different projects, it'll make things easier.
And
do you have any other suggestions for them?
Yes. Before we get to delegation, a lot of times when we think we are doing this task or this goal for us, ask yourself, is this something that I really want? Because a lot of times we do things not because we truly want it, but because someone else wants us to do it. For example, a lot of parents want their kids to be doctors or lawyers. So their kids go to medical school, but because it's not their own goal or their own passion, they give up on it. Okay, so first and foremost, see if this is something that you truly want. If this is something that truly motivates you. You wake up thirsty for it every day. You want to get to work. It doesn't matter if it's Monday or Friday. You have the same passion about that task in front of you, about that reaching that goal. Okay.
And before you go further, quick public service announcement. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll always be broke and they'll always be alone, even with someone they love. Okay, continue.
Or painters, or artists, or musicians. Yes, think out of the box. we have a lot of opportunities. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Absolutely. Yes. And once you decide that this is something that you want to do, then, as you said, focus. Delegate. Sometimes we need to eliminate, delegate, and automate, and focus on one task for 6 months. Make a commitment to focus on one thing. Okay, if you can't choose which one, just choose one. It doesn't have to be. Yeah.
And then one thing that helps me, because I'm somebody who has their hands in so many pots consistently at all times, between my music and the film stuff I do and this show and the other businesses I work with, is that I will sometimes delegate days, like this week I'm working on this, or this part of the day, like early part of the day I work on this, but late night I work on this. So I'll schedule sometimes different parts of the day that I know are most conducive to those types of businesses. Like earlier during the day, I might have film meetings during the day. I have my show every day during the evening, and I often spend all night long in the music studio. So if it is necessary to do all the different things that you are doing, because this is a new paradigm and nobody just really has one job anymore, especially in the new economy. If you are going to do everything, give everything its place. give everything its space, and like I said, make sure that you have a team who can handle parts of it and that can carry you over the finish line in your thing. For instance, in the music studios, I go in and I just write my stuff real quick and I sing, but I'm blessed to have producers who can go in and just can finish doing the construction of the song, chop it all up, and do all those other parts, so I don't have to sit there and handle those parts of it, so things will actually get done.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. Yes. I usually, as you said, some parts of the day I'm more productive doing one thing, and then during some parts of the day I'm more productive doing something else. So yes, see what works for you and do that. And
Yes.
as you said, delegation is very important. However, with delegation, people often are very vague about giving instructions. When you are delegating, you need to know what needs to be delegated. You need to know the scope of the work. You need to know the ins and outs of what you are doing in order to be able to delegate efficiently. Okay, because sometimes we delegate and we forget about it, and then we come back and we see that the job hasn't been done the way we wanted.
Yeah.
And then we blame the other person for not getting it right.
Yeah.
So, and then
Yeah.
we get frustrated, but it's not the person's responsibility, it's our responsibility to delegate efficiently.
Yeah. And also, if you are having trouble with delegating efficiently, one thing I will do is I will find people who are more talented or knowledgeable about certain aspects of it than I am. So, for instance, for the music, like back to music, I'll have people who are better producers. They know the technology side of working the programs and chopping everything up, and they understand sonics and sounds just as well as I do. So I trust them enough to make the decisions. And then we'll come back later and we'll discuss things that I would change and that they would change, and then we negotiate. On this show, Amir, for instance, is so great at handling all the technical sides and sometimes and like in booking wonderful guests, and we'll trade off on certain things. And he's so knowledgeable about the TV business that certain things I don't even have to worry about, because I know that he's so knowledgeable and he'll be able to handle it. And like he brought us together, and and today's topic was a topic that you brought up. And I trust you so much that I knew that once I came in with you, your wisdom and your knowledge would make it so easy for me to trigger things and for Source to send things through my mind, because I trust you so much and your knowledge and wisdom. So, so if you're not comfortable with full delegation, find people that even if you gave them almost no instructions, they'd be able to run with it.
Exactly. Beautiful. Now, moving on. The next category or the characteristic is the doubter. These are the people that doubt everything and everyone, specifically themselves.
Exactly.
They doubt their ability, their worthiness, their deservingness, and so they procrastinate and they don't put the time into doing anything. They retract from taking action because they doubt themselves so much. And usually this characteristic mostly is subconscious because of all the negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not deserving enough, I'm not competent enough. So these people tend to not take any action, and they make any excuse for the lack of reaching their goals. Everything becomes an excuse. Okay, so they're not they are the procrastinators because everything becomes an excuse for them. Okay,
I have a saying that doubt is the devil.
Doubt
is the devil.
Especially self-doubt.
Yes, yeah,
especially self-doubt.
yeah,
Yes.
it'll keep you from achieving your ultimate goals and your ultimate dreams, because fear and faith can't exist in the same space at the same time. And when we have these doubts in our life, they diminish they diminish us so much. They diminish our drive, they diminish our belief, they diminish our actions, because they say faith without works is dead, but it's the doubt that we have in our lives that keeps us from putting our faith into works.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So the solution that I have for these types of characters is ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if you were to take action? You may fail. You may make a mistake. Now, the thing that we usually do, we connect our failures and our mistakes into our identity. We become the mistake. We become the failure. I'm stupid. I'm no good. I always fail. I can never have the relationship that I have. I can never have money. So it becomes part of our identity. So for these people, take baby steps. Take one task. Take one goal, one small goal, and go do one action that takes you one step closer to that goal. Okay? And if along the way a mistake happens, a failure happens, don't make it about yourself. Don't combine the identity with the behavior. Identity and behavior needs to be separated.
Exactly.
Okay? If I made a mistake, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm stupid. I just simply made a mistake.
Exactly.
Learn from the mistake and do, because there's only one way to find out if we can do something or not, by doing it, by taking action. If we don't take action and we make everything an excuse, there is no way that we can find our full potentials. Because
Exactly.
at any given, and I truly believe that each one of us have infinite potentials. They are just deep into the subconscious mind that we have not tapped into.
Yeah, it was
Be
it's
daring.
it's really important for these people to stop their self-fulfilling prophecy of doom, and also to a redefinition of self-identity, like you said. And I love what you said, start giving themselves little wins. That's so important. Just, I've had sports teams that I've watched, and if there's teams that lose that are having a losing season, when it gets to the fourth quarter or those last 5 minutes, even if they have a lead, they'll find a way to lose, just because they don't have the belief that they're winners. They don't have that championship mentality.
Yes.
So I love what you said. It's so important. Give yourself those little wins. If you're trying to lose weight, start off with small goals. I'll lose a pound a week. If you're trying to get stronger, create yourself smaller increments. And as you start getting confidence, as you start building that confidence, you can stretch the goals a little bit longer. Life is oftentimes like a ladder, or like a staircase, but everybody wants to take the elevator. The elevator isn't how we get to success in life. We take steps.
Very true. Very true. And it becomes a cycle almost. When you take a step and you complete a task, you build more self-confidence about yourself.
Exactly.
When you have more self-confidence, then you have more self-esteem. The way you look at yourself, it's more positive. You have more confidence. You have more self-worth in yourself. So the way you see yourself becomes more empowering.
I have a question as far as that goes as well. Does your environment, as in some of the people that you surround yourself with, will that sometimes help people with those goals? If they surround themselves with more, sometimes I know when people have nothing but failures around them, or failures in their family, or quote unquote, people who have not done enough with their life. And sometimes I know people say, nobody around me has succeeded, so I won't either.
Yes, there's. I think there's a saying. I'm paraphrasing, but it says, "You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with."
Mm.
So it is very important who you decide to hang out with. The more you see yourself worthy, the more you hang out with people that you not idolize, but you want to model. You want to see yourself like that. The people that elevate you, people that are successful, the more you surround yourself with these kind of people, sorry, that becomes your environment, that becomes your reality, that becomes your way of being. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with naggers, whiners, people that always have an excuse for not doing something, then that becomes the norm in your life. Does that make sense?
It does. I think I want to, in one of our conversations once, when we were talking about romantic relationships, I believe you said something like, find yourself with somebody whose life you wouldn't mind having or who you wouldn't mind being. You said something to that effect once about romantic relationships as well.
Yes. So the way I explain it to people is that if we look at the energetic self, okay, we vibrate at a certain frequency. The more potentials we have, the more confidence we have, the more we see ourselves as worthy and deserving, then we vibrate at a higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And once we vibrate at a higher frequency, we attract the same kind of a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
If we are lower here, then we are attracting this kind of people that are vibrating at a lower frequency. But if we bring our frequency up, then we are attracting that same kind of an energy to ourselves.
And there's one thing I would add to that I always say as well, is that when you put high vibration particles in close proximity with other high vibration particles, they increase each other's vibration and it releases energy. So
Absolutely.
Not only does your high vibration attract other high vibrational individuals, once those high vibrational individuals are next to us, our vibrations will increase as well.
Exponentially increase.
I love
That's
that
why
addition.
that's why it's very important to surround yourself with like-minded people, people that elevate you.
I'm vibrating just talking with you, Coach Bounty.
Moving on to the third characteristic are the vague people. These
vague people?
are vague, like
Okay. Got you.
They are people that usually don't know what they want. We are, by default, we are so good at saying that what is not working in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that job, I can't stand my boss, I can't stand the traffic, I can't stand my wife, my husband is always so bossy. Always focusing our attention on what is not working and what it is that we don't want, okay? And then once we ask these same people, okay, you've told me everything that you don't want, but please tell me what it is that you do want, they oftentimes get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they don't want, but they have a hard time expressing what it is that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So these kind of people jump from here and there and not they are focused on the problem rather than on the solution.
Mm-hmm. It's funny when you mentioned that. The first thing I thought of is the term, like, it makes so much sense. The term a vagrant. You know, a vagrant is somebody who's basically lives in that vague
I'm
life.
gonna adjust my okay. Sorry, Amir just told me that my sound is low, so I was trying to fix the volume.
Yeah, it sounds better. Thank you. Yeah. So a vagrant, that's what a vagrant is. It's somebody who lacks any direction, and they're also seen as a tramp. That lacks anything steady.
Clarity. Clarity.
Yeah, so like I've never actually thank you for connecting those two words for me, like how somebody's being so vague in their purpose. That's why life purpose is so important. I always tell people like living a life of purpose is so essential, and understanding why you are here, so that once you're certain of your purpose, then those vagueness, that vagueness in your life will disappear as your purpose crystallizes more.
Beautifully said. And one thing that I want to add to that, for these type of characters, it's important to sit down and write your values. What is important to you? What drives you? What motivates you? What gives you that butterfly in your stomach from passion? What is it? And start writing it. And whatever comes up, don't judge it. Just write it down from, let it all come out from the subconscious part of your mind. And then once you have it, you have a visual about what it is that you want and your values, then you can prioritize and see, okay, this for me is number one. This is really important, and this comes after this. So categorize it, put a number to it, and see it, look at it, and see if you're living by your values. Who do you need to be to have all these values? Let's say integrity is one of my values. Who do you need to be? How do you need to show up in life so that you're living a life with integrity? If, for example, if money is one of my values, who do I need to be to attract money? What characteristics do I need to have and to be in order to be able to be successful financially? And take on those characters. Become those people.
Exactly.
So yes, getting clear on what motivates you, what drives you, what is important to you, is my suggestion for people that are very vague in not knowing where they want to go and what their goals and aspirations are.
Yeah, remove the veil of vagueness and enter the precision of vision. Beautiful. Yes. Let's go on to the next one.
The next one. I was guilty of this one. The perfectionist.
Yes.
Perfectionism is an illusion. Is a trap. Because there is no perfection. There is always room for improvement.
Exactly.
There is always room for making things better. And when we are focusing on perfection, we are actually limiting ourselves from being creative, being productive, being impactful, actually. Okay, we are closing ourselves off until the right time, until I am the right weight, until I have X amount of money, until I have completed my 3rd degree in X, Y, and Z. And usually with perfectionism, you become a chronic learner. It's always not enough. It's always something else. So you become chronically learning and redoing and refinishing and rethinking what you have to say, what you have to do, and nothing ever gets done.
Yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot of life path, numerology life path readings is one of the things I do. And people with 6 energy, they're the ones that tend to be perfectionists. And I tell them a couple pieces of advice. Strive for perfection, but accept excellence. And the next thing I let them understand is that we live in an analog world, not a digital world. And sometimes things that are imperfections are what give things their beauty. Dimples are seen as a birth defect, but people appreciate dimples. Marilyn Monroe, one of her most famous features was her beauty mark, which is technically a birth defect. People wear distressed clothing, distressed jeans. That's what adds the texture. Jazz music, people will slur notes, have them slightly off beat or slightly off key sometimes to give it its beauty. Understand the beauty of it. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, beautiful. The only thing I want to tweak a little bit, you said strive for perfection.
But accept
strive
excellence.
For excellence.
No, that's what it says. Strive for perfection, but accept excellence.
I'm going to change it a little bit. Draw perfection and strive for excellence.
Okay.
That's all. Can we agree to disagree on this little tiny thing? When you strive for perfection, then you think that perfection is a thing. There is perfection. What I'm saying is that there is actually no absolute perfection. You can strive for excellence and be okay with that.
Yes.
And a suggestion I have for perfectionist people is to live, to do something intentionally imperfect. Like when you're sending an email to someone, put a typo in it. If you are, which I used to do this and I still do, if you are in your kitchen cupboard, you put your glasses in a certain way, put one of them out of order. Okay. Or when you're making your bed, leave a corner out and live with that. Yeah. Those little things actually teaches you that nothing is going to happen if I'm not perfect.
Beautiful.
Now the last one is the people pleaser. They do everything and everything for other people, and they forget about themselves.
Yeah.
They are born to serve others.
Yeah.
And not think about themselves. They think self-love is selfish, and they are selfless in giving and just pleasing others. Okay? And these are the people that usually get annoyed, resentful, frustrated, and angry because after a while, after you keep giving and doing things for others, there is a point that you reflect and see, I don't have much. People are not giving back as much, and what happens to my goals and dreams and things that I want? So there becomes a void in them that they don't know how to fill, and then they are just continuously giving to others.
Yeah, societal fluffers.
These people need to learn when to say yes and when to say no.
Yeah.
And take their priorities. Their priorities first and foremost needs to be about themselves, not others.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Bonnie. This has been so insightful, and I hope everybody out there really paid attention, because sometimes when we self-sabotage ourselves, we end up like the classic Greek character of Sisyphus, where we keep on rolling that boulder up the hill only to have it roll back down again.
Absolutely.
And I pray that people heed your wisdom and all the advice you gave so that they can finally reach that mountaintop and not have to keep starting back over again. Tell people where they can find you.
So my Instagram is Coach Bonnie NLP. Would love to see you there. And my website is Bonnie Sadiq, my first and last name.com.
And good luck for your third degree in XYZ. That's such an interesting degree. Love you, Coach Bonnie.
I love that.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Anthony. So glad that we had this time together. Thank you for inviting me one more time and for allowing me to be on your show. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for blessing us. That was Coach Bonnie Sadiq, the beautiful Coach Bonnie Sadiq. We'll be right back in a few moments with Yoga Master Amanola. Don't you go anywhere unless it's to tell people to come check us out. Then go and come back, all right? Restroom breaks might be okay too.
Subscribe to me.
Greetings, beloved. Welcome this evening to Togetherness Media. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to be talking about the 5 types of people and the 5 types of personalities and 5 types of characters that block you from your success, that sabotage you from your success. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your friends, call your cousins, call your uncles, call your neighbor. Tell them come watch the show Togetherness Media. We'll be right back with the amazing Coach Bonnie Sadiq. Let's go. Welcome back, and happy Thursday to y'all. We've gone past the midweek hump. We're on the other side, almost to the weekend. Just another day and a half away, or something like that. But we're gonna keep the energy going. We're gonna keep the energy flowing. And guess what we have? We have a lady with us who's always knowing, the incomparable, the intelligent, the wise, the empathetic Coach Bonnie Sadiq. How you doing, Coach?
I love that introduction. I need that boost of energy every day in my life. Thank you for that.
Oh man, thank you for being so wonderful, and thank you for being here with us today. And I'm so excited to delve into this topic that we're about to go into. First of all, how's your day been?
They've been okay so far. Not that productive as I wanted to be. I was all over the place today, but that's okay. Some days are like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Some days are like that. That's how kind of a lot of my yesterday was. I was nonstop, but didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to, and you know, sometimes that's the way the world works. Sometimes, but you know. And that's actually kind of leads into what we're talking about today, sabotage, you know? Sometimes the 5 there are like the 5 types of people that bring us sabotage in life, the saboteurs. Yeah, and I'm really curious and excited to hear what you have to say about these things.
So we know a lot of people that keep on doing things, and they have goals, and they have a certain outcome in mind, and no matter how much they do, they don't get the result that they want.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Regardless of how much energy, how much work, how much effort they put into it, sometimes they come short of reaching their goal. They keep on getting to an obstacle, and they don't get to where they want to be.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of times that comes from the subconscious mind and the limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. You know, in order for us to get to where we want to be, we need to have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind aligned together.
Yeah.
Now, there are 5 characteristics that either mostly subconsciously and sometimes consciously, they sabotage their own success.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 of these characters is the do-it-all, the doer. These are the people that get motivated. They take on multiple tasks and they want to do so many things. And in the beginning, they're so excited and they take action, they put the effort in, and before they get the result, they get unmotivated. Something happens that because they have so many tabs open or so many tasks open, they jump from one to the other, and along the way they lose interest in this project and they jump into that project. So they're not focused on one project. They want to do it all, and they end up doing nothing or achieving nothing. Actually, they are doing a lot of things, but they're not achieving anything. So that's one characteristic.
All right. So
now,
if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to stick with this characteristic for a while, before we move on to the next ones. And one of the interesting things about that is, I know so many people have so many talents and so many skills, and I want to actually give people some solutions for when they are this type of person. And I find for this type of person, they really need to create multiple teams and partnerships and delegate.